Alrighty, y'all. For this pillowcase project, you're going to need 3 coordinating fabrics. First of all, the standard pillowcase size is 20 by 26 inches. So that's what I'm basing this on. I have standard size pillows. You can go online and look up the size for queen size and king size pillowcases and then kind of get your measurements from that. But I'm doing this one for a standard size. So anyway, for the band piece, you're going to need a piece that is 12 inches wide, and it'll be the width of the fabric. Most fabrics are between 40 and 44 inches wide. So you don't need to trim anything. You would just fold it and cut 12 inches this way by the width of that fabric. So that's the band piece for the top band, or the outside where the hole of the pillow where you'll put the pillow in will be. And for the body, you want to cut it, I know it's hard to see on here, I don't have a lot of room, but you're going to cut it 24 inches wide. So from one end to the other is 24 inches by the width of the fabric folded. So see, it's all cut on the fold. And then for our little decorative band piece, you're going to want to cut a piece that is 2 inches wide by the width of the fabric folded. So, okay. So the first thing we want to do is take this band piece, and I'm going to fold it over on itself with wrong sides facing together, and I'm going to press the whole thing. Okay. So you can see I have this folded over and pressed. And now what I want to do is take the body, the main body of the pillowcase, sorry. And we're going to take this with the raw edges together, like this is the raw edge of the fabric, and here's the raw edge where I folded this over and pressed it. And I'm just going to pin in a few places along here, lining everything up with the top edge, and then I'm going to go to the machine and sew this on. So you see I've got the little band sewn to the top raw edge of this pillowcase. This part is a little tricky. Well, you may think it's a little tricky when you see it, but it's actually not that complicated. Once you put it into practice and you actually do it, you get a better understanding of it. So I'm going to take the band part, and with the right sides facing together and the raw edges, the top edge where we just sewed that little decorative band on, we're going to line up these edges. And what you want to do is just put a few pins. This is temporary so that you can do the next step. Okay, so I'm working in cramped space here, guys and gals, so I'm going to do the best I can. I'm going to fold this up just a little bit, and what I'm going to do is the body of the pillow that I have here, I'm going to roll it up, just kind of making a, I don't know, little burrito here. And then I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to grab a hold of all of this and flip this over. Then we want to straighten it out and find that edge that we pinned. And this, I think it's called a French seam or a French hem, I'm not sure. But it's going to hide everything so there's no raw edges. If you have to refold it a little bit, you can, but you just don't want any of this body of the pillow to get sewn up. You just want it on there so that you're connecting everything. But what you're doing is folding this, you're making this band piece for the end of the pillow. So now we're going to start taking these pins out that we put in that way, and we're going to go ahead and pin everything this way, and just making sure that's lined up. Just make sure the body of the pillow stays down there, out of the way. Okay, so now you see we have all of this pinned, and we've got the body of the pillow down here. We don't have it in the way. Now we're going to stitch all along this edge right here. Okay, so now we've got that sewn. So now what we want to do is pull the body of the pillow out. Okay, so if you did it right, then everything should come out looking like this. I see a little bit of line. I did so perfect with the first one I did. You shouldn't be able to see that line where you stitch this casing to this, but I'm not going to worry about that with this one. What you want to do now is, before you do anything else, go ahead and trim these uneven edges up right here. The other side looks good. So now, believe it or not, we are going to put wrong sides facing together. I'm trying to get this where I can show you in the frame, but what I'm going to do now is, just like you're going to sew everything together, you're going to sew this kind of L shape. Alright, you probably saw me do this in the speed up, but you also want to pin these this banding so that it's lined up neat and it all looks like one continuous piece before you sew. So I kept my selvages on, and I actually used my selvage as a guide so that I'm right past that selvage with my stitch, right on this side of the selvage. So now what I want to do is I want to trim up this edge almost to maybe 1/8 of an inch. Okay, so you can see I trimmed that really close. Now this is going to be our final step. We're going to turn this pillowcase wrong side out. Going to line it up here where we made that seam on the side. Just want to make sure that all of this is as flat as possible. So now I've got this seam right here, and I'm going to sew back over it, closing it up. You don't want it sticking out here. The raw edge is on the right side, but we're going to cover that up. And you just kind of maybe use your presser foot as a guide if your seam is slightly wider than that. You want to feel that seam in there, or the selvage of that seam, right on the right side of your needle, on the right side of your presser foot. And that way you know that you're getting it covered and you're not going to have raw edges poking out on the right side of the pillow. So you see I have sewn all, I know it's hard to see this white thread on this light fabric, but I've sewn all down just like I did when I had it right side out. So now we just need to press it, and then it's ready to put on the pillow. Alright, so that's it. Your pillowcase is ready for your pillow, and I hope you guys enjoyed this little tutorial. And if you did, just remember to like, share, and subscribe. Peace, y'all. Bye-bye.